Welcome back once again to howtocookgreatfood.com. If you haven't already, click that button and subscribe to our channel. On the menu today, I'm going to make a Middle Eastern Arabic style lamb with green beans. Really delicious. Takes a little while, but really worth it. So I've got a pot here on my pan. I've got a generous amount of olive oil in there, and what we're going to do simply is drop in our lamb. Now my lamb's got a little bit of fat on it. There's a few bones in there. The fat's actually good, but mostly nice lean meat. So in that goes, along with a little bit of black pepper, touch of salt, and then just here I've got like 3 or 4, small cloves, a heaped teaspoon of allspice powder or pimento, half a teaspoon of cumin powder, and then half a teaspoon of cumin seeds. So in that all goes. At this stage, I just want to cook this meat. Like I said, there's a few bones in there, so we've got to kind of slow cook it. Also, we want it nice and tender, so there's no rushing this one. You could, if you want, use a pressure cooker to get this nice and tender now, but I'm doing it the old way. Simply put a lid on that. Let's cook that on a kind of a medium type heat for about 6 minutes. Stir it often. So let's take a look. That's looking fantastic, that is. Nowhere near cooked, of course, but it's certainly got a nice head start. Now I'm going to drop in some onions. I'm using a red onion. I'm also going to add some finely chopped garlic, like kind of 3 or 4 medium-sized red onions, and about a heaped teaspoon of very finely chopped garlic. Now, like I say, this is a slow cooker. It's going to take us quite a while to do this. So on a kind of just below a medium heat now, lid back on. We're going to cook this again. This time for about 10 minutes. Again, stir it often. So let's take a look. Let a lot of that steam out. Plenty of steam in there. Oh yeah, fantastic. You can see that our onions have softened really nicely. And our meat is very much on the way to being nice and tender. But unfortunately, we've still got a long way to go. Okay, now, fresh tomatoes, quite a lot of them, chopped really finely. Let's give this a mix. Yeah, I've chopped them quite small. I mean, we're going to cook this for quite a while now, so it won't really matter, to be honest, how you chop them, because they're going to break down. Well, at least that's the idea. So I've got like 4 or 5 medium-sized tomatoes there. And again, the lid's going to go back on. We're still on a kind of lowish heat. Stir often. Be back in about another 10 minutes. Let's jump inside now and take a look. Get some of that steam out. Plenty of steam. Oh wow, that looks great. Now my tomatoes have broken down nicely. They're really nice and juicy, and have given off all of that liquid, as you can see. If yours are not, you could just add a little bit of water in there to sort of balance it out. Now our meat is pretty tender, but it's not as tender as I'd like right now. So I'm going to go back in low heat. I'm going to cook that for about another 6 to 7 minutes. Let's get in there and get it. Wow. This is coming on really nicely. Beautifully slow cooking. Now we can add our green beans. Now I'm using fresh ones, but you can use frozen ones if you want. Green beans or fine beans or long beans or Fasolia or Fasolia, depending on where you come from in the world. They've got lots of different names. Right. Lid back on. Nice simmer now, really low as you can go. We're going to cook that for about 8 minutes. Okay, off goes the heat. Let's get a lot of steam out of there, plenty of that going on. It's looking absolutely wonderful. Our fasolia or beans are cooked nicely. That meat will be really, really tender now. You need to check this for salt. It's fine for me. I'm not a big salt fan. I'm just going to finish this off with some fresh coriander or cilantro, as you guys call it in America. And if you wanted, you could just use some parsley. Slightly different flavour, but does the same job. And that's it. I hope you enjoy that. It's going to be wonderful. I'm going to eat that with some plain rice. See you next time. Bye bye.